Hey everyone, so today we are going to do part 2 of my Q&A. I have a few more questions, just a few other ones that are not personal. I have the part 1 that was posted on Friday that was more of the personal questions and YouTube-y type of questions. And this one is going to be the skincare one and also like my hair. So, and then I'm also going to do an update towards the end of the video because I've mentioned before that I am going to be moving. So I wanted to kind of keep you guys in the loop with that and kind of give you some details beforehand so that you guys know what is going to happen with this channel while I'm transitioning from here, Tennessee, to Colorado. All right, so the first question is, what color is your hair? And if I color my hair myself. So yes, I color my hair myself. I get all of the stuff that I need from Sally Beauty Supply. So I get the color, the developer, I have the bowls, and you just sort of mix it and you measure the color and the developer, and then you just leave it on your hair and process depending on what your goal is for your hair color. I use currently the Color Brilliance, the Ion Color Brilliance hair color, and this is what the box looks like. The color that I have is medium intense red, and I used to use a red tone from the Color Brilliance line. It was very similar to this, but it was the ammonia free, and they discontinued that entire ammonia free range, so I had to find a color that was most similar to it. So when I tried it, I did the light intense red, and that definitely was not the right color, and so I went up a shade to the medium. The medium is pretty. It looks a little bit lighter on my roots, so it's not the exact tone that I'm looking for, but I think I'm going to fix it. I think I'm going to try a different color, but I've been using the Color Brilliance colors or hair dye for several years, and so what I did was I went to the salon and I specifically asked for a certain shade of red, and we did that, and then I went to Sally's, matched up my hair identical to the ammonia-free color that I had been using for 2 years, and that's what I had been using, and it was perfect every time. And then, of course, they discontinue it, which I'm not happy about, but I do mix this with the developer that's made for sensitive scalp, just because my skin on my face and my scalp is pretty sensitive. I don't feel like it makes my hair feel dry or like over processed, and I leave it on for about 30 minutes ish, 35, and I don't think that this does that great at covering grays. I do have quite a bit of grays. I've had grays since my early 20s, and you can see it when I do the red over the grays because the gray hair is so light that when you put red dye on, it's like little red fire spots all over the place. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go to the salon and see what I can get done, or maybe try something else that is better for coverage for grays. And yeah, so that's what I use currently. It's what I've been using for a few years, the stuff from Sally's, and it's so much cheaper and much more convenient than going to a salon and not being able to get in. Some salons nowadays can charge you up to $100 just for a color, which I think is freaking ridiculous. And at Sally's, I think all the supplies is probably like 20 bucks, and as far as I'm concerned, it's pretty darn good. So yes, Sally Beauty Supply, it's where I go. I also get asked about my shade in certain foundations, the Clinique Even Better. I have the shade Linen, so number 24 Linen is what I wear in the Clinique. And I've been using this on and off for the last several months, since the beginning of the year. And you can pretty much get that anywhere, like department stores. You can also get it at Ulta nowadays. So yeah, Linen number 24 in Clinique. Okay, so for the skincare questions, let me pull it up. I had them on, here we go. Can you explain the difference between medical grade and luxury skincare? And they gave some examples and some other questions within that. So let's start with the difference between medical grade and luxury. I'm going to put luxury in the category of over-the-counter. So when I say OTC, that's what it means. And that over-the-counter luxury is going to be anything that you can purchase at a store. So department stores, Sephora, Ulta, Walgreens, CVS, anywhere where anybody can walk in and purchase. That is over-the-counter. Medical grade is typically dispensed through a medical doctor's office. So a plastic surgeon's office, they usually carry skincare. Dermatologists, of course, will have it. Anywhere that you can go for any sort of lasers, any sort of treatments, if you go and get filler, places like that, sometimes they do carry medical grade skincare. So medical grade skincare is completely different than the over-the-counter stuff. Now, over-the-counter stuff, if you walk into a store and you pick up a cleanser or a treatment or an eye cream, those types of products, they're a one-size-fits-all. So you can go and get that cleanser for acne, for example, and John Doe next door can go and get the same cleanser. And even though it's acne, it's two different skin types. It's two different issues. You know what I mean? So the over-the-counter stuff is a one-size-fits-all. And over-the-counter skincare or just department store, anything like that, is not regulated by the FDA. So they can make whatever claims that they want. They can do any sort of formulation that they want because it doesn't follow the standards by the FDA as medical grade does. And we'll get into that in a second. So anybody can go and buy over-the-counter stuff. And over-the-counter stuff is not going to be the same. So if you think of using something from the drugstore versus a prescription, the drugstore can only take you but so far, whereas the prescription can really help and go really far and further than over-the-counter. So when it comes to skincare, when you buy a cleanser, even if it's a treatment that's well formulated, it can't go beyond a certain point on the skin. Whereas medical grade, it's formulated to go into the skin and penetrate the layers of the skin, which is what you want. Because honestly, at the end of the day, when you buy your skincare, you don't want to just tackle that surface layer of the skin. You want to go to the root of the problem, whether it's filling the fine lines because of loss of collagen, whether it's bacteria that's deep in the skin and is causing you to have acne, whether it's any other issues. You want to go deep inside the skin because the surface is just what's underneath coming to the surface. So the problem is embedded. So you're not going to be able to get a difference with over-the-counter stuff. Now, I'm not saying over-the-counter stuff is not really good, or I personally have used stuff from the drugstore. I've used things from Sephora and department stores. Yes, I have. And I still have some products, but I don't expect a lot from them. Whereas medical grade uses a higher quality ingredients. The formulations are so much more potent than what you would get over the counter. And because of that, they do have to follow, because it's medicine, they have to follow specific guidelines through the FDA. And all medical grade skincare has an extensive research, clinical studies, and trials on actual people. There's scientists, chemists, doctors coming together to create these products and these medical grade formulas. And they are made and designed specifically to penetrate the skin and go really deep into the layers of the skin, where you can actually repair damaged DNA, where you can actually fill the skin with collagen and get that collagen building again. Also medical grade, they do clinical trials on a lot of people. But if you look at something from the skincare and it'll say, 50% reduction of fine lines and wrinkles, and it has like a little asterisk. Find that asterisk on the container or on the box somewhere, and you will see it on a clinical study of 20 women ages 35 to 50. Well, 20 people, that's the claim that they put on that packaging. 20 people, that doesn't mean that it's actually going to do that. Just because 20 people said that, yes, 50% less, that's just 20 people out of so many other people. And they can make whatever claims that they want. They can say 100% reduction or whatever, and people are going to fall for it. It's marketing. That's what gets these products sold. Marketing. Whereas when you go to a doctor and you say, I have acne, or, this is what I'm, a dermatologist really, what can I use? They're going to prescribe you certain skincare products. It's not like a prescription where you go to the pharmacy and get a cleanser, unless that's what you need. But it's going to be like, okay, you need to use, something from Obagi, or you need to use Skin Medica, or you need to use Replenix, or Is Clinical, for example. They know that these products are going to work, and it's going to change your skin. And it's not about just taking care of what you see in the mirror. It's changing the skin from inside out. So hopefully that wasn't too long of an explanation, but that's just how I can make the difference, and that's just how I've learned through research that medical grade is just far more, effective, and it's just better. So the next question is, it's because I mentioned that Is Clinical Active Serum. Now, the Is Clinical Active Serum has a little bit of alcohol in it, and the question is, the alcohol, how would it benefit the skin without causing any irritation? The alcohol in that is very, very small amount. It's not that high, and you don't want to overuse things. Now, that's the only product in my skincare routine that has the word alcohol in the ingredient list. Everything else is completely alcohol-free because there is no need in skincare for that. Some brands, even medical grade, use it. Some drugstore brands use it, and luxury brands use it. And it's just, you just don't really want to use it unless you go to a doctor and they say, well, this is going to help. You know what I mean? So the Is Clinical has a little bit of alcohol in it, and I wouldn't recommend using it every single day. It's a serum that has salicylic acid, glycolic acid, lactic acid, kojic acid. So all of those acids, although those can be kind of sound scary using acids on your face, salicylic acid is very gentle on the skin, works for acne. Glycolic acid is what gives you that dewy, soft skin by dissolving all of the dead skin and revealing healthy, softer, youthful skin underneath. Lactic acid also does the same, but it's a little bit more gentle, and it's got a different molecular structure than other acids. And the kojic acid, which stems from mushroom extracts, is what brightens the skin. And that's why I like that serum, because it has everything for acne, for the hyperpigmentation left behind, for fine lines and wrinkles, and just giving you that dewy, youthful skin. And I use it as a spot treatment. When I have a breakout, I use it maybe once a week as a serum all over, and I use 4 to 5 drops. And it's a very liquidy type of serum, so it feels like water, and I just put it in my palms, press it, and then just press the serum into the skin. How do you incorporate using Retin-A with any acid products? So all of these questions come from the same person. So Retin-A, I use Retin-A almost every single night. I used to use it 7 nights a week, and then I started using it 5 nights a week. So you can, use it 5 nights in a row like I do, or just break it up throughout the week. When you use Retin-A, Retin-A is a very potent ingredient. It is going to penetrate really deep into the skin, and you get Retin-A via prescription. And I got my prescription from a dermatologist when I was 25, so I've been using Retin-A for about 5 years now, on and off. And I stopped because I was pregnant and breastfeeding, which you are not allowed to use any of those types of products or retinols over the counter for that. But Retin-A is different than other retinols that you buy at the store, because retinol has to be converted by the skin to actually, go and do what it needs to do and what it's meant to do. Retin-A is just straight potent. It goes directly into the skin, which is kind of primarily the reason why people have irritation with it, because it's really intense. And it goes really deep into the skin. And again, it's just going inside. Not just, hey, I want to get rid of these blemishes, which is the reason why I was prescribed it for my cystic acne. And that's it. I want to prevent the acne from forming and the bacteria from forming in the first place. Not just get rid of this bump because it hurts, And when you have Retin-A, or when you're using it, you want to make sure that your skincare routine is as gentle as possible. So Retin-A is best used at night when your skin is doing its reparative process. So you want to use it at night, because light and the sunlight, lights, air can also change the effectiveness of ingredients. So just remember that. Use Retin-A at night. So use a very gentle hydrating cleanser. You can do a hydrating toner, a balancing toner. If you want to use a hydrating serum, go for it. Wait until all of those products are completely dry, then use your Retin-A. Let the Retin-A sit on your skin for 20 to 30 minutes, then follow that with a moisturizer, whether it's a hydrating moisturizer, whether it's a night moisturizer that's a little bit thicker and richer. Maybe the same one that you use in the morning. If it doesn't have an SPF, you can use that at night. And you don't want to use any acids on your face. So salicylic acid, glycolic acid, lactic acid. You don't want to put too many of those on your skin and then follow that with Retin-A, because Retin-A is so potent, you don't really want to overdo it. And that's kind of overstimulating the skin is also not very good, and over-exfoliating the skin is also bad. So you have to have that balance. So if you're going to use acids, use them in the morning time, and then use your Retin-A at night. Or use your acids, for example, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then Tuesday and Thursday, Retin-A, and nothing else at night. So you have to sort of know that balance and know how to mix it with other things. Where is it? What are your thoughts on alcohol and essential oils in skincare? Alcohol, I mentioned just briefly before about the Is Clinical serum. I don't usually have alcohol in my skincare products. That is the only one, the active serum from Is Clinical, that has alcohol in it. I don't like alcohol because it can be very drying to the skin. It can cause damage to the skin, and it can even, cause your cells to become damaged, and that can be kind of hard to repair. So alcohol is very drying, and it strips the skin of its essential nutrients and oils that it naturally produces, which is the skin's natural moisturizer. And it's not really necessary. If there's alcohol in your skincare products, I would highly suggest that you look into other options, or look into other brands, or do research on ingredients and try to find something that doesn't have alcohol in it. And as far as like my thoughts on essential oils, they can be good. I don't really mess with a lot of oils just because my skin is acne prone. I also do produce oils sometimes, and my skin does get dry. It gets, sensitive, very sensitive. Then it gets super itchy. It's all over the place. So essential oils can be good, and you just have to experiment with them. I can't tell you which ones are best for your skin because it's hard for me to know what your skin is like and any issues that you are dealing with through the camera or just online as well. So I would tell you to confer with a dermatologist, speak with a dermatologist about that, because some essential oils can be good for the skin and can be beneficial for your face, for your body, but you never want to do essential oils just directly on the skin. So you don't want to buy a bottle of essential oil and just douse yourself in it. You don't want to do that. And if you do that, for example, with tea tree oil, it's probably going to burn. And you don't want to do that. You don't want to irritate your skin. And if you are not sure if you have any sort of allergies to any of those types of essential oils, you're not going to know until you actually put it on the skin. And an allergy can be, redness, itchiness, swelling, which swelling and inflammation is what leads to premature aging as well. So you have to just be careful with that. I would not advise you to use it or not. It's just a case-by-case basis. You have to try it. Maybe talk to a dermatologist about that. But okay, so I think that is it for my questions. I am so thankful for you guys for leaving your questions and for just being here and watching this video. I do want to give you guys an update for those of you who want to stick around for that. If you don't, that is okay. If you decide to X out of the video now, I appreciate you being here. But for those of you who are interested, I have mentioned before in previous videos that we are moving back to Colorado, and I will be moving out of this house in a few weeks. I can't even believe that my house is going to get packed up in a few weeks. Probably in about less than 20 days, maybe. At this point, by the time this video goes up, my house will be packed up. So as you all know, everybody has moved at some point in their life, and when you go from one state to another, it can be a hassle, it can be crazy and stressful. I will try to do what I can to pre-film videos. So what I ask of you is, if there's anything that you want me to do a video on, any sort of looks, any looks for a certain occasion, or any reviews or anything about products, anything that's new, even if it's an older thing that's been out on the market for some time, let me know so that I can actually get a schedule going, because I would like to do that for you guys before they cut the internet off. And I'm not sure if I'm going to have a chance to pre-record videos before that happens. As I mentioned before, when I move, I'm going to be in a hotel. And because I'm going to be buying a house when I get to Colorado, closing can take 30 to 45 days. So I may be in a hotel for an entire month, maybe even longer. Who knows? If I start working with a builder to, work on a new construction that is not complete, that may even extend my time longer. So I will try to see what I can do for temporary, house situation. If I can rent a house for just a few months and get some internet going, I can film some videos. But if I don't post videos at the beginning of September, please just bear with me. I'm doing the best that I can. I will try to see if I can do videos, even if we get into a house and it's completely empty. I can just sit on the floor, get some good lighting, and do some videos. I will take my laptop and my camera with me. I think I'm going to have the moving company pack up my lights because it's a pretty big carrier for it. So I will take the camera, the mic, and the computer, and my little vanity light mirror here that I use every day. And maybe I can sit somewhere in the corner with, just some natural lighting and do some videos, or just kind of update you guys on that. And I would take just a little bit of makeup. Everything else is going to be put into a really big box and just thrown in the back trunk of my husband's car. So I will do what I can. So if you want to see anything specific from me, please let me know so that I have time to do that and incorporate that. And if I have to film a few days a week, then I can do that as well. But I will do my best. I can't promise that I'll have enough videos to last through the whole month of September if I am not in a home where my beauty setup studio is done. So I will do what I can. I also wanted to let you guys know that if you want to kind of keep up with me, even if you don't see me here on YouTube for a while, the best way to do that is Snapchat and Instagram. I will try to be more active on Snapchat through this process. I will do what I can to stay up to date and kind of, update you guys through Snapchat and post pictures on Instagram. And that's probably the best way that you'll be able to kind of keep up with this whole process. So that's the update. I can't even believe my time here in Tennessee is coming down to just a few weeks, really. I mean, time has flown by. I can't believe I've been here for a little over a year already. And we were planning on staying here for a little bit longer, but an opportunity came up that we just could not pass, and we just jumped on it before it was too late. We were like, yep, you don't have to tell me twice. My bags will be packed right now. So thank you guys so much for being here, for supporting me, for watching my videos, for commenting all the time. Those of you who comment on my videos all the time, you know who you are. It means the world to me that you take the time out of your busy day to interact with me and comment and always be so loving and encouraging. And I'm so grateful that I have experienced such positive love here, and it's not really negative, barely, really. And if it is, I shut that down real quick. And I'm just so thankful that I get just this positive love from you guys, and it just lifts my spirits up. And I can put into words how this makes me feel, but truly, from the bottom of my heart, it's really hard to describe what it is to have you guys, to have you here with me on this makeup journey, on this journey of life, and sort of updating and you guys, and changes every day that come, and just sharing that with you guys like friends. That's what we are. We're friends. So I appreciate you so much for being here, for being a subscriber, whether you just subscribed, whether you've been a subscriber for many months, maybe many years. I love you very much, and I appreciate you, and you are the reason why I do what I do. And for those of you that are new, I hope that you will subscribe to my channel. I hope that you will take the time to watch some of my videos. I've got some good stuff on this channel and some good stuff to come. Of course, as always, I'm going to definitely still be in the makeup stuff because that's just what I love. But I do really appreciate you guys, and I really mean that. I know people say that all the time, but truly, I wouldn't be here and I wouldn't have the love and support and the followers and the views that I have if it weren't for you guys, because that is why a channel is successful, because of the viewers. That's ultimately what it is. So thank you so much, and definitely check out my socials. They're all listed down below. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye-bye.